All right, guys, welcome back. Going into the second hour here of Roleplay Mirrorshades week 11?
45.
45. Welcome back. Adam, what's up?
Well, you've just found out a little bit more about your target. Knight's Ass figured out where he might be tonight, and you know the name of his current girlfriend, and that he's in the market for a new automobile. So it's on you guys. What do you want? How do you want to proceed?
I didn't even think of that. He lost his prized possession.
Oh, yeah, Chet reminded me that she didn't know, but we know that he loved that car, and is seeking to replace it. So he's going to be choosing very carefully, probably.
Okay. Well, I would suggest that we still go to the club just to gather any intel we can.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, I guess if it's, I don't know what time it is right now, but maybe
it's like afternoon. You guys have several hours.
Okay.
Adam, I have a question. What is the difference between compound? Oh, okay. I guess it's the rating of the different plastics. The rating is like how good it is.
Different C's.
Well, there's plastic compound 4 and plastic compound 12, and the rating is 6 and then 12, and the cost is also a little bit more. So.
Yeah.
So I would need, with that, I also need a timer, and then if I want to radio detonate it, I need that as well.
Yeah.
So one timer, one radio detonator, and then...
you don't need both, right? The timer will blow it up on
right.
And then the radio will let you blow it up on your own.
Well, I think Crusher... Actually, I don't think I could work either of those with my intelligence.
Flip the thing. How do I... trying to set a VCR. Why is it o'clock?
With my heavy armor and everything, could I withstand a blow of plastic explosion if I was there right next to it?
How
would that work?
You probably if someone stuck C4 to your chest, it would probably hurt you. But if you're in the vicinity, you probably wouldn't get killed. I mean, it's considered that it's almost impossible for you to flat out die from one hit of anything. Like a plane could land on you and it would probably have a heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll figure out how much that's all going to cost. So let's just say that, in the apartment after the dove is there, I kind of just go off into the corner and, it's literally adding, 1 + 1, but it takes me, 5 hours to do it. And that's all I'm doing in the corner. And if anyone tries to bother me, I just kind of, shoo them away.
So do you need to buy this stuff, or do you have it already?
I would say that character sheet at the very first character sheet spent all the ammo or all the extra money on assault cannon. So I don't think I have, if we're going by that, which we obviously are, I don't think I have any actual plastic or plastique.
Okay. Sure.
So I need to buy it, yeah.
Okay. Who are you going to buy your explosives from?
Well, I would think that hopefully someone within the gang could have a hookup for some plastique.
Okay. Why don't you make a circles roll to see if you can find someone you can call in the gang.
Well, I have 1 charisma, so what would you like me to test that against?
No, isn't your... Oh, is your circles equal to charisma?
It starts equal to your charisma, yeah.
Yeah, so what... or I guess I have 1 circle.
Yeah.
All you have to do is have a success, right?
Let me see what the rating, the illegalness rating of the plastique is.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there. Because the more illegal it is, the harder it is to get.
Well, there's... I would assume the compound 4 is easier to get than the compound 12. Right?
Yes, C4 will be easier to come
And there's
by.
also just straight up commercial explosives, which is rating 3. So
yeah, they're not very good.
Yeah, 3, 6, 12. So I'd try to go for the compound 4, which is the 6.
Okay. So we'll say, target number 6 then, to find somebody who can get you the detonator and the C4 that you need.
And with 1 circles, only 1...
Just roll 1 die, yep.
Target number 6. Roll a 5.
Okay. So, yeah, there is somebody in the gang. They don't normally do demolitions, but there is somebody who knows, he knows a guy who knows a guy or whatever who can get you some C4 and a detonator. But you're gonna have to pay like 5 times the going rate for it.
Damn. And okay. Bon, did you ever? Everyone said demolition, but we never said how big whatever it is we need to blow up is going to be, right?
No, I mean, all we know is that we just need to, wreck this guy, all the stuff this guy likes, and we want him to return home, right? Or go back to the family.
Well, the idea is that you want to, like, you have the card from Miss Johnson that you have to leave at his house after you've wrecked up the place, as an indicator of like who is responsible, and remind him like toe the line.
Okay.
That's the mission.
Well, I mean, technically, I guess I have an assault cannon which can blow things up fine. It's just not. Maybe
the assault cannon is like targeted stuff. Like you could shoot a car with an assault cannon, but like.
But I mean,
blowing
I
up
got the impression
takes...
that even if we went and just smashed the shit out of this guy, this guy's car, or roughed him up, or we find out where he lives and trash his apartment, that would pretty much do what we wanted to do.
I mean, maybe, right? Like you're gonna need to get in touch with with Ms. Johnson and be like, it's done, and then she'll confirm. And if he's not sufficiently intimidated, you might have to take a second run at it.
Okay.
So.
Okay. All right.
Well, let's just say that you tell me all that.
Yeah, of course.
I hold off on the purchasing of C4 for crazy fucking amounts that I'm not going to spend money on.
Yeah. Untraceable black market C4. Fell off the back of the truck.
There you go.
Yep.
So I guess I'm just kind of like gearing up while you guys make the plan, because how the fuck do I contribute to
so before we go to the nightclub, which is probably going to be, all night sass, we're going to, maybe see if we can't get night sass to like roll up on this guy if he's there, or at least find out some things about him. But in the meantime, I feel like we might, if we know that he's been car shopping, what kind of car did he have in the last picture? Can we maybe like try to hack into the dealers of those car?
Yeah. I mean, doesn't your mom work at the DMV? Didn't we establish this like
we did
a long ass time ago?
Moms.
Like I just.
What kind of car did I see?
Probably like a really fancy souped up Ford Americar, like a really obviously American, like it's not a Japanese car. Most people buy Japanese cars that seem expensive. This is a Japanese guy, but he's trying to get away from that stuff. So yeah, he's got a big beefy American car, or did until he wrapped it around a tree.
Okay. Was there a license plate visible in the recon photos that we have?
No, but you got the guy's name.
Okay, sure. Let me call Mom.
Okay, are you calling her at work or at home?
I'm definitely calling her at work.
Okay.
I mean, it's during the day, right?
So what's your character's actual first name?
It's
you told me
Mako.
once.
It's Mako.
Mako? Okay.
Yeah.
And you're mixed race, right? You're Japanese
Yeah.
Okay. Is your mom, which side is your mom of that? Is she the Japanese one, or you're Japanese Greek, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is your mom the Greek side or the Japanese side?
I definitely would say that she's the Greek side.
Okay, so you're not like Mako-chan. You're Mako-chan to your dad.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right. Let's do this thing, wait. So yeah, so you call up, you get the Bon Mom. You get the Seattle DMV main circuit board. I assume you know your mom's extension. You've called her work before.
Yeah. Extension 41562BX13. Please.
Right, sub extension F. Okay, so the call goes through. What's your last name again? Was she's Mrs.
Zephny.
Zephny? All right. So the phone picks up. It's like, this is Mrs. Zephny.
Mom, this is your daughter.
When's the last time you called your mom?
I mean, at least we talk monthly.
Monthly. All right.
Yeah.
So she's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh my God, I thought you were dead. I've been
What are
calling
you talking
everybody
about?
I
It's
know."
actually only been about 5 days since I called
5
you
days is a
last. I
long
don't.
time, and when you have children
don't-
of your own, you're gonna understand. You finally call your beleaguered mother, and I'm here at work.
Mom, I
Ah,
can tell you're so
you can
busy at work. Let me
you
get
can
out
like
of your
hear
head
you
and
can
tell
hear
you
her
what I need. How
fanning
about that?
herself with like her mouse pad in the background. She's like,
Mom,
"Oh, you need something, do
I'll
you? You
take
don't
you to
just call you,
brunch,
do you,
Mom.
mom?"
Mom, I'll
So
take you to brunch.
everybody in the room, there's this wall of sound that is just emerging from the two of them in like slightly different tones. And
Yeah.
you're just like, yeah, you can hear like an older, louder bonbon coming from the phone.
I'm kind of like growling at the phone a little bit as it gets louder and louder.
I'm just laughing. I'm very amused by
Yeah, I find it like super
Every-
endearing. I'm just like
Everybody's watching.
enjoying it.
I like turn around, like, all right, Mom. Yeah. So there's this guy. He's a bad guy. His name's.
What have I told you about getting involved with bad men?
I'm trying to stop this guy, Mom. He's got to get him off the street. We don't
Oh,
like him around our neighborhood.
you don't have a boyfriend then?
Look, Mom, we'll
What
talk
did I
about
tell
that the
you?
next time I call you, all right? I'm here at work. I can't really talk about that right now, all right? Mom,
So she's like, "And where do you work again? What'd you tell me the last time you deliver pizzas? What's this about? Where are you working? What's happening? I don't know anything about my own daughter."
Mom, I'm working on the computer job like I told you, you know. I know you wanted your daughter to grow up and wear dresses and all that shit, but I'm the one that had the smarts and the intelligence, and I took after Dad. I'm sorry. But I'm doing the computer thing. I build these great websites for all these companies. You'd be so proud of me. I use animated GIFs and everything. It's great. I'll send you a few links. How about that? All
She's
right.
like, you know I don't understand that computer stuff. That computer you gave me for Christmas, it's still in a box. I tried to take it out. Your father wouldn't help me. He's away on business all the time. I get so lonely. I get lonely, Mako. Why
All
don't you
right.
call your mother more often?
Mom, I'll come over
What's
and
the
I'll hook
mouse
up the
pad for?
computer. All right? Look, Mom, I need some help here. Takahashi Kenji.
So you can hear her like clicking away on her like obvious tortoise computer. And then there's a pause. She's like, "Oh, he's handsome. I seen this boy on the TV before. You involved with him now?
What do you mean you've seen him on the TV?
He's that rich guy, owns a company. You should go on a date with this boy."
All right, well, Moms, maybe you got a phone number, last address. You know, maybe when I'm not putting in overtime at my job, where I'm about to get a promotion, I could stop by and say hello.
All right, make a charisma roll to convince your mom. We'll say it is your mom, so I'll give you a target number of 3.
Oh, snap, Mom, you fucked. Oh, wow, that was low, but
all right. So your mom, you can hear her clicking around some more. She's like, "Now you know I'm not supposed to do this, but if you promise you're gonna spend time with me, I could do this one little thing for you." And you can hear her voice get all quiet.
I'm gonna hook up the computer. I'm going to meet this boy. Yes, all of it, Mom.
And you remember what we said about the grandkids? You're gonna have some kids, so I'm not alone all the time,
12
aren't you?
of them, Mom, and you're gonna take care of them all the time, and then you'll have
That's
something
right.
to do, Mom.
It's called a legacy, daughter. You need to understand.
All right, how's
Pass
Pop
on the
doing,
family name.
by the way? How's Pop?
Oh, I don't know. I never hear from your father. He's in
What?
Tokyo or something again.
All right, Mom. Give me the information.
All right, so she tells you his you get his phone number that he's got registered and his like last known address for the registration of the vehicle. And while she's doing it, she's like, "Oh, this boy's a terrible driver. He's been in 14 accidents. You don't get in a car with this boy. You hear me? You take
All
the
right.
bus. You take the bus like a good, upstanding citizen."
Absolutely, public transportation, Mom. You taught me well. All right. Mom, look, I know you're busy at work, so I'm gonna let you go.
All right.
Oh, by the way, what kind of car was that he was driving that he has registered?
There's some more clicking and she's like, "Oh, that's an expensive car. Oh, it says here it's ruined. Oh, what a shame.
I don't
This
care
is why
what kind
people
of
don't
car
get
was
nice
it.
things."
What kind of car was it, Mom?
You can hear her like clicking and like mumbling to herself. She's just like gone off like looking at this car, and then she's like, oh, and she tells you the model. It's like a 2051 Ford America car. And she's like giving you little details about it, like, oh, it's blue. Oh, I love blue. I remember one time your father, he took me to this place and the wallpaper there was blue. It was beautiful. So romantic. Oh, I wish I was young again. You people don't appreciate what youth is like.
You're
gonna
right,
regret
Mom.
it when you're
You're
old.
right. I should just go grab life by the balls right now. That's what I'm going to do, Mom, right when I hang up with you. I love you so
What?
much, all right?
What did I tell you about that kind of language?
What?
You gotta act
I'm
like
sorry,
a young
Mom.
lady.
I'm
You're never
gonna
gonna get a
go.
husband like this.
I'm going to come hook up your computer soon, Mom, okay?
All right. So,
All right, Mom.
So you managed to extricate yourself from the conversation, but before she goes, she's like, I love you, Mako.
I love you too, Mom. All right.
That's right. You're not too much of a big shot to say you love your mother on the telephone. Well, I'm proud of you.
Mom, everyone loves their mother, Mom. It's not a weird thing at all. So I love you. Is that what you want to hear, Mom? All right.
That's good. I love you too.
All right. Bye-bye. Like, Bonbon
All right, so
at this point puts down the phone and just forgets that everyone was just in the room.
I want to
And
know.
just like-
So there's the moment of silence when you hang up, and we don't see how you react, but we get a nice long pan around the room of everyone staring at you. So how's everybody reacting now that Bonbon is back in the room and out of the conversation?
Oh, I was grinning through all of it.
Yeah.
Just like holding the bird and just smiling. Like thinking how it would probably be ridiculous to meet her mom one day.
Yeah, I mean, you notice somehow that like they both managed to like talk nonstop, but have a conversation with no break in it for each other. It was just like they were both saying stuff the whole time. Yeah.
When do we get to meet your mom, Bonbon?
I don't know. She's pretty busy.
She seems really sweet.
Yeah. Some days she's sweet. Other days she's a pain in the ass. But isn't that everyone's mother, I guess? Maybe one day we'll have her cook her famous baklava, and we'll all have it. It'll be great, I'm sure.
I think
She's not too busy playing bridge with Mima.
Yeah, I think
Right.
once like finally when everyone starts talking again and the silence is broken, Crusher finally stops staring at his shotgun so intently, and just kind of like goes back to being normal for whatever normal is for Crusher. And I just kind of sitting there looking around, dumbfounded as usual.
So do we get like a flashback to like Crusher and his mom? Like, are you thinking about your mom, or is that like pushed down in the memory place?
No, I think that's like super. Yeah. If anything, I was just really, really, really fucking annoyed to the point of like dealing with the problem with the gun. Because that's all I know how to do. So
you've taken it apart and reassembled it like 6 times while they're having that conversation.
No, I just stared at it more. Like my eyes squinted harder and harder at the gun as the conversation just got on and got more of an annoyance in my ear.
Awesome. Okay. So you have an address for this dude, and just at a glance, it looks like a condo or an apartment in a like a skyrise in downtown Seattle.
All right, so maybe we go over there, scope his place out a little bit, maybe see if he goes to the club, follow him there, enter said club, gather information, find out what we can destroy this guy's, and I know maybe he leaves and we go in his apartment, check things out a little bit, smash a TV. I don't know. What do you guys think?
A TV? You really don't know the lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Yeah, I mean, Knight says this guy could just like he'd live in an apartment made of TVs if he wanted to. Like
He could.
putting a crowbar through his television is probably not going to upset him too much. You gotta get personal.
All right, then maybe he has a fish tank and we can overfeed the fish.
I'm just nodding to everything you say affirmatively.
All right, I do computer shit. I know how to mess that stuff up. I can maybe mess with his bank files a bit, but I don't like. We need to go the physical destructive route first.
If we can't destroy anything, why don't we just leave things behind in his apartment and then get the cops there and, like, create troubles for him that way?
All right.
Because he could buy anything or replace anything.
Maybe we could break into his apartment, do exactly what you just said, gather maybe a bank account, find some bills. We can mess with him a little bit that way. Once he gets that car, fuck that up, and we've got a nice little package of intimidation we can hand back to Miss Johnson.
Well, weren't we told to, like, destroy his stuff, though? Like, isn't that specifically what we were told to do?
Yeah. We can destroy it and then call the cops on ourselves to his apartment, and then he's got to deal with that shit, too.
Okay.
I mean, like, I hate it when the gossip blogs and, like, all the BBSs, they write, like, false stories about me, Like, I hate that so much, like, these stories that aren't true. So we could, like, leave behind maybe a list of, like, a whole bunch of people he's been linked to or, like, drug sales that he's done that he didn't actually do, things like that, just, like...
All right. Good plan. So we can take some pictures. We can send them to the internet gossip blogs, that SMZs, and yeah, this is fantastic. Night Sass is the best idea I've heard all day. Let's do it. We just need a surveillance van.
I, like, look at Crusher, and I look at everybody else. I'm like, I'm not out of, this group. I'm not really the one who, I don't know. I feel like the ideas that we're coming up with for how to destroy his life are kind of weak. Like, look at Crusher.
Oh, the dark side of Breakdown comes out.
Yeah.
Maybe we should cut his face off.
I think we're all
nail
just
it
kind
to
of
the wall.
Yeah, we're almost ignoring you to the point of like, oh god, he's talking
all
again.
Right.
And then you say that, and we just all turn like immediately. We're like, what?
I would like to hear what Breakdown thinks we should do to Mr. Ken.
You have the attention of the room.
Well, I mean, she made it sound like she wanted, like, us to blow his apartment up. So why don't we blow his apartment up? Is that too extreme? Never mind. We shouldn't do that. No, we could do what you guys were saying. That's a better idea.
I mean,
'cause I'm like,
maybe. All right. Well, we have to find out. Does he actually own the apartment? Does he just rent it? Because maybe it's like, well, I was in rent control anyway, and it didn't work out for me. I was gonna move over here. Mom and Pop pay for this. I don't know. Maybe blowing up his apartment isn't that big of a deal.
Is having drugs, is that bad at all? Does anyone care about that?
No, not really.
Yeah, it depends on circumstances.
Because I suggested things to plant in his
There
apartment.
are definitely drugs that, according to the laws of the United Canadian and American states, it is a felony to own them, to like have them in your possession.
All right, look.
Still
I
bad?
mean, not only that, but like if you snap a picture of, say, like, I don't know, some magazines involving like some horses or some other farm animals that potentially this guy
Horse Manipulator Monthly.
I feel like the gossip blogs would be really interested in that sort of thing, but I don't know. Is that the level of intimidation we want to go after?
We can do it all, There's lots of ways to sabotage someone. Why stop at one?
what
Yeah,
if
that's a three-pronged approach.
what if we did the gossipy stuff at the club, and then Crusher blew up his apartment, and then we did it all at the same time?
I just pop my knuckles really loudly, and like a big grin.
So we're gonna put a magazine in one of his hands and like a bag of Coke in his other hand and take a picture of that?
All right. Well, I mean, if we blow up the apartment, then we can't really plant the evidence. So
All the evidence was there, and then it blew up.
You
I
say
mean,
that and I get really sad
what
again.
breakdown? What?
But do we want him? We don't want him thrown in jail, right? We want him
I
to
mean,
not
that
want to
might
live here anymore.
Actually disgrace the family. So, yeah, I mean, blowing up his apartment probably the better route to take.
We could still hurt his relationship with the poser. You know, if we left like a list of like numbers, people he was seeing on the side.
Well, I mean, can't you just do that job if he goes to the club?
I mean, yeah.
Then I think we got a plan. We'll go to the club. Crusher will go blow up his apartment. And we'll go from there.
When you say that, I kind of like just, you see my eyes like look up as if I'm thinking. I pull up my, let's say at this point I actually have a notepad that I just tear things off of to make it speedier. And I just write, how big of an explosion, and like hand you the notepad with a pen.
Literally every word in that sentence is misspelled.
Yeah, sure. Nothing is spelled correctly. Yeah.
No.
Explosion.
The S is backwards like it was drawn by a cartoon 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't level the building, but it should probably do a significant amount of damage. Like, I don't want him sleeping there tonight. Can you make that happen?
I go and I go and like pick up the what is it? The assault cannon ammo. I'm just kind of like picking it up in the air, like with one hand weighting it. I point to it and look at Bon Bon.
What do you mean?
It's like,
yeah, sure. Yeah, a couple of slugs and the walls. I don't know. Take out some walls. If he has like a nice porcelain bathtub, maybe destroy that. I don't know.
pull out the
Like
notepad.
put poop in his car?
I'm focused on writing because it's an intense process for me.
Yeah.
And I put, oh god, now I fucking forgot what I was going to put because Dodgers
It's perfect. You start writing.
Yeah, you say that, I kind of stare at you, and I guess it'll just trail off until I think about what
Tears
I was
wept
gonna say
for every thought Crusher has lost to space.
again. I don't know what I was going to say. Never mind.
No, maybe you guys are right. Maybe it should like progress over like a couple of days or like a week. Are we supposed to do this today?
I don't think there's a time limit.
We just have to. Maybe we shouldn't blow up his apartment right away. I mean, we haven't met this guy. Perhaps we should just do the stakeout, follow him to the club, and just go and see what happens. I don't know. Maybe let's have a 24-hour violence and mission fuck up rule where we won't fuck this up for 24 hours, and then we'll do whatever we need to do.
When you finish that statement, I've been thinking intently this entire time, and I finally write, Ned disguise, and I hand that to you, and I point at it, and then point to myself.
What?
He wants to dress up like Ned Flanders. No one would ever suspect it.
I look at it and I go, he needs a disguise? You want a disguise, Crusher? He wants a disguise.
For the club?
Then
No,
I pick up the ammo again and point to it, and make like boom. It's like that.
Oh, for blowing up the apartment. Well, we're
You could
not
be
gonna
like,
do that yet.
You could be like a mechanic, and you could have all of the stuff that you need in like a little mechanic bag. No one would know.
I like how
Right?
saying that breakdown proves that he's never lived in an apartment before because you don't need a mechanic in your house most of the time.
We're going with it. All right, mechanic's uniform it is. Get this man some overalls
Some
and
greasy
a
overalls.
tool belt, and let's do it. All right, we'll order that. But we're not going to blow up the house yet, Crusher. We need to
No,
do surveillance.
today we just go and we watch, right?
Yes. So, Breakdown, I need you to call Maurice and get a surveillance van.
No.
Please.
No.
Maurice runs a limo company. You can just rent a car from a regular car rental place.
All right. I thought maybe we could get a discount. All right. Will you call not Maurice and get a surveillance van? I got you a metal phone.
Oh, okay. Like walk over. Like,
It's not
Do I have an-
plastic.
do you have a number that's not Maurice's number?
Yes. I actually used the yellow pages.
Do you leave your bird alone at this point?
By advance.
I can take it.
Well, I guess both me and Night's Ass are attracted. We just kind of like walk over to it.
Yeah, I just leave it on the coffee table, which is actually just empty boxes.
Yeah, I would
Just,
assume
like,
like,
leave it
do you
there.
like pick it up, Night's Ass?
Yeah, I pick it up.
I'm just kind of like staring at it, and maybe I like go to poke it or something like that with my metal finger. And was very
I like-
inquisitive about it.
I like hold your finger in my hand and like very carefully direct it on the bird.
Yeah. Yeah, the second that I see Crusher like reach out to it, I go, Crusher, gentle.
I was gonna say his name is literally Crusher.
Yeah.
So-
Be gentle.
I'm just nodding like I understand everything that's being said.
Yep. The bird just coos and looks around and kind of like tries to walk away from you as you go to like touch it. So you're Breakdown. You're calling to rent a van.
No, before I call,
Okay.
I look at Bon Bon. I'm like, what exactly do we need?
All right. We need
I'm
a
not saying
surveillance van.
No, I'm not saying that because every time I say something like that, the person on the other end is suspicious that maybe we're doing weird stuff because we're doing weird
We
stuff.
are
So
doing
what do I
weird
ask
stuff.
for?
All
doing the
right.
weird stuff.
How about you just say that we have a guest who prefers privacy and he happens to be a troll, so we need a van with tinted windows that offers privacy that can take around a troll.
Oh, okay. So I like pick up the phone and
It
I
has
don't know.
both
How old is this
buttons
phone?
and a dial.
Yeah, that's both.
It's one of these like, hello. You get Marconi on the other end.